So, what do you think about when you hear that word church hurt? I had to give that face because that's my, thumbnail that I don't know how to do yet. But, when I think of the word church hurt, um, different people think about different things, of course. When they think of church hurt, they're thinking, oh, he got hurt at church, fell down, something? No. Or they're just had a bad experience at a church, and they say they're church hurt. And a lot of people, you wouldn't believe how many people I've come across that, they're not returning, they're not going back to church. They stopped going to church because they were church hurt. And a lot of times it's somebody in the church hurt them, and they treated him poorly, and so they left the church, and it turns a lot of people away from Christ. And the one thing I would say, the first thing out of my mouth when I hear that is, please do not think what people on this earth do, or churches even as an organization do, reflects who God is. And never go to a church and hang your faith and your love for God on the people or the church itself. Well, I just like going there. I just like the music. I just like, no, go there for your own personal relationship with God. And not only that is, as you start getting closer and closer to God and you start reflecting who Christ is in your life, you're going to benefit people around you. I always think of it as it's like throwing a rock in a pond. It's a ripple effect. You can throw a rock in there, and I mean the waves will go from one end to the other, and it's the same thing. They'll even if you throw a rock out in the pond, it will splash, and you'll see the waves hit and then come back to where the splash was. And it's the same way, guys. If you're reflecting Christ, the people around you, you affect everyone around you in a positive way. I've lived long enough that I've seen this experience in my own life, and it has nothing to do with how great I am. It's the Holy Spirit that's in me, and I'm just trying to follow Christ and continue to get better and better at doing that. And so, the one thing I would say, guys, if you're a Christian, really think about how you're impacting people around you, because everyone that you come across, every person that you see, I don't care where it is, has an eternal soul that's going somewhere. How are you affecting their soul? Is it a positive way? Is it a good way? I mean, are you drawing them into Christ, or are you pushing them away? And I've had that experience with family members who were just so forceful with it, and it just was a bad experience for me as a young man. But I know who the real God is, guys, and following Christ has changed my life completely. It's not made me a perfect person, but through him I am righteous, and I continue to grow. And I want to make sure that the people that I'm around, I make a positive impact, on, and try not to get in the way of who Christ is in my life. So I'm praying for you guys, and all of you people that are church hurt, please don't throw every church in the same boat, because I know I've heard other people say that, oh, churches, they're just this and that, and I'm telling you guys that it's basically a hospital. It's full of people that need help, that want a change in their life, and they're getting that there. But there's no perfect people in the church. Not the pastor, not anybody. Everybody's gonna, let you down and not meet your expectations. So what I ask for, is, I'm telling you, if you want the true experience with Christ, go to churches knowing ahead of time that, you know, the people around you are going to let you down, and that you're there for one reason, and that's to make yourself a better person and reflect Christ in other people's lives. And so I hope you guys are having an awesome day. It's really quiet here, but there's getting ready to be some storms coming in. But I love you guys, and I'm praying for you.